Alright guys, today I'm going to give you guys a quick demonstration on the folding line technique. If you remember back to when we were doing orthos 1 through 4, you've got this odd shaped drawing here. That was a little bit difficult to get the top view on unless you utilize this technique. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to use the technique, and I'm going to demonstrate how to get the top view for this particular drawing. As you notice, I've got both the front view and the side view already created, as well as I've got my layers created. Okay. So when we get to this point, this is going to be very similar to what you would have for your missing view assignments, where you have got two views and you need to get the third one. So to start off, we're going to create our folding line. Now the folding line is a 45-degree line that allows for us to transfer all of our vertical distances or horizontal distances into the other distance there, whether that's vertical or horizontal. You need to make sure that this is exactly a 45-degree line. So you need to come over to your polar tracking when you're doing, or before you do this, and set up to either have a measurement of 15 or 45 to enable you to get a perfect 45-degree line. Once I have that perfect 45-degree line, I can then bring lines up beyond the 45-degree line here. And then anytime that they hit this folding line, I'm going to then fold them over into the horizontal. Now using these lines right here in conjunction with my front view, I can very easily create my top view. For instance, if I'm looking for this particular point, I know that that happens to be this point over here. So that point is going to be found by bringing this one up and then following where the line comes up and over for my side view into my top view. So using the folding line here, again, like this particular point comes over to here, bring this line up, okay, and it's going to intersect from right here to there, which tells me then that since this line comes across all the way to the top here, the line that I'm looking for is going to be from there to there. After I've got that point, I can delete this one here. Now this line comes down at an angle, as we can see then. Looking right here, this has got a bit of an angle. To find that angle, I would come look at this point here, which matches up with our widest point. Bring that one up to my top. Comes from there to there, so that's this point right here connects to this point, allows me to very quickly get that line. Doing the same thing, I know that these lines end up coming through and touching here, so I can go from here to there, back over there. I can get rid of these lines. Now that I'm done with this side here, I can get rid of these lines in order to try and clean up my drawing a little bit. And I can continue focusing on some of my other parts. I don't have any need for this one anymore, so let's get rid of that one. And then let's start working on how to get this section along the top right in here. If we're looking at this guy in our front view, it's going to be represented by these areas here. So we've got this part already done. Now I need to get these two parts. This point right here is going to match up with the very top, so that would be this line coming up and over. This one here is going to match up with this lower point, which comes up and over. So connecting those two, those give me my 2 points. That's going to create my line. Then all I need to do is connect the 2 dots, connect it to another known point. I've got those guys taken care of. Now all I need to do is create the hidden lines for the lower portion of this. In order to create the hidden lines for the lower portion, I'm going to bring these lines up. When this line in the side view crosses my folding line, I'm going to bring that line back over, which tells me then that the bottom half of this drawing is going to be right in here. I simply would come over here, grab my hidden line layer, draw my lines across and up, and then I know that from those points that they happen to come up here and touch right here as well. So I need to draw one last hidden line from there to there. After I'm done, I delete all of my lines, and now I have created my top view very easily using the folding line technique.